All right, let's talk about something anyone in IT knows all too well. You get this shiny, powerful new tool, but it has to play by some pretty old rules. Today, we're diving into exactly that story. What happens when a cutting-edge system like Dynatrace goes up against a classic, established system of record like ServiceNow? It sounds like a headache, right? But the solution is, well, it's actually pretty brilliant. So here's the fundamental question we're tackling. Imagine you've got this amazing tool that can see everything happening across your network in real time, every connection, every process. But all that incredible live data has to somehow fit into your company's official book of record, the single source of truth. So how on earth do you plug that fire hose of live dynamic information into a carefully curated system without, completely breaking? Okay, so here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at the core integration challenge. Then, we'll explore these two very different worlds of data. After that, we'll get into the super clever two-layer solution, and this is the best part, why it's actually a feature, not a bug. And finally, we'll map out the path forward. Sound good? Let's jump in.
So our story really kicks off with two main characters. On one side, you have Dynatrace. Think of it as this incredibly powerful eye in the sky, discovering all your services as they're running, live and in the moment. And on the other side, you've got ServiceNow, which is basically the official librarian for all of a company's technology. It's the keeper of the system of record, specifically something called the cmdb.
So what in the world is a cmdb? The easiest way to think about it is like the master blueprint for a company's entire tech world. It's the one single source of truth. Every server, every piece of software, every little connection, it's all supposed to be perfectly cataloged right here. And you can probably guess, keeping this thing clean, accurate, and completely trustworthy is, well, it's not just important, it's absolutely crucial.
Okay, and this is where the plot really thickens. Because the data that Dynatrace sees and the data that ServiceNow holds, they're not just a little different. They represent two totally, fundamentally different ways of looking at the exact same IT environment. Okay, let's break this down. On one side, you have what are called curated services. Just think of this as the official, beautifully printed city map. It's been planned, reviewed, approved. It's the authoritative record of how the city should be. Then, on the other side, you've got calculated services. This is the stuff Dynatrace finds. And this is like a live traffic feed on your GPS. It's not the map itself, it's what's actually happening on the roads right this second. The traffic jams, the accidents, the unexpected detours. It's the messy, chaotic reality. And right there, that's the problem. The whole system is basically designed so you can't just scribble your live traffic data all over that pristine printed map. By default, the integration just won't do it. It refuses to overwrite those carefully curated official records with all the messy, real-time stuff.
So, what do you do if you can't merge these two worlds? Are you just stuck? How can you possibly get the best of both, that stable, official map and the crucial live data of what's happening right now?
Well, the answer, as it turns out, is beautifully simple. It all comes down to the number 2.
This solution is called the two-layer service model, and the whole idea is to stop trying to force these two different things to be the same. Instead, you just embrace it. You accept that they are different, they're both valuable, and they serve completely different purposes.
So here's how it works in practice. Layer 1, that's our official city map, the curated service. It stays exactly as it is. It's the untouched source of truth. Then, Layer 2, the calculated service from Dynatrace. It acts like a clear, transparent sheet you lay right on top of the map. This overlay shows you all the live traffic. And here's the key. The two layers are linked to each other, but they are never, ever merged. So you can see the official road on the map, and at the same time see the live traffic on the overlay, all in one view.
And this leads us to what is, honestly, the most important part of this whole story. Why? Why is the system built like this in the first place? Why go through all the trouble of having two separate layers?
I mean, it's a totally fair question, right? If you're an engineer or a problem solver, your gut instinct is probably to say, wait, that's a limitation. Let's just write some custom code, break the rules, and force this live data into the official records. But if you did that, you'd be missing the entire point. You'd be missing the genius behind this design.
And get ready, because here is the big aha moment. This isn't a mistake. It's not a bug. It's not a flaw. It is a completely intentional design choice by ServiceNow. The system is built this way on purpose. It acts like a guardrail, a protector, to keep those super important official records from getting corrupted by messy, constantly changing, real-time data.
So the bottom line is this. It's a feature, not a bug. This design is what protects the integrity and the stability of your most important data. Trying to fight it, to hack around it with custom code, is just asking for trouble. You'd be creating massive long-term risk and a mountain of technical debt you'll have to pay off later. The truly smart play here is to work with this system, not against it.
All right, so we get the what and we get the why. That's awesome. So now, let's get practical. How do you actually put this into action? What are the real concrete steps to make this two-layer model a reality?
Well, the game plan is actually super clear and straightforward. Step 1. Just let the standard process run. Let that Dynatrace data flow right into the calculated services layer like it's supposed to. Step 2. You create a nice, clean, controlled process for linking that calculated data to the official curated records. Step 3. You tweak your dashboards and reports so that everyone can see both layers and understand what they're looking at. And finally, and this is maybe the most important step, you just stop talking about forcing the data. Take it off the table, permanently. It's a non-starter.
So why go through all this? What's the big payoff? Well, it's huge. By working with the platform's design, you dodge enormous risks when it's time to upgrade. You save yourself from a future filled with painful rework. You avoid digging a deep hole of technical debt. And best of all, you get exactly what you wanted from the start, the best of both worlds. You get that incredible real-time operational view from Dynatrace, and you keep the stable, authoritative ownership from ServiceNow. Win-win. And that leaves us with a really interesting question to chew on, doesn't it? We're so often told that innovation is all about breaking the rules and thinking outside the box. But what if, sometimes, true innovation comes from a different place? What if it comes from deeply understanding why the rules exist in the first place and then finding a way to build something brilliant right inside them?